Welcome to Fantastic Fridays, where every Friday we'll be visiting a Fantastic Four movie or show leading up to Fantastic Four First Steps. Alright, that brings us to the 2005 Fantastic Four movie. I remember seeing this movie in theaters as a kid, and I absolutely loved it, and I actually watched it pretty recently too, and loved that as well. Also, this video is being posted on the 4th of July, so I wish you all a fantastic 4th. That being said, I tried to keep this as simple as possible because their suits in this movie are pretty simple. Not really easy to make in Lego form, but I do think that there are some different options, so everybody used different parts. Now, for Johnny Storm, I used the head from Captain America, since both are Chris Evans, with this pushed back hair, because it's the closest I think we can get to what Chris Evans' hair looks like in the movie. Let me know if you agree with that choice. The torso is actually Kevin Feige's torso flipped around, so you get dark blue with some details on there. Then, of course, everybody got black gloves, and I gave them the little Power Blast emblem there, that little Power Blast piece. For the Thing, he's got dark blue legs, he's standing on studs, with the flipped around torso from the dinosaur guy from the CMF series, and the headpiece and head from the Thing from the Fantastic Four First Steps movie. Then for Reed, I used this head, which has been used on Peter Parker, Scott Lang, and lots of others. I do think it actually looks quite a bit like Reed's look in the movie. I'm curious if you guys agree or if there's another head that you guys might use, but I used this flat top brown hairpiece with a little bit of white paint pen on the side to add some white to his hair. The torso is flipped around, but that comes from Franklin from Jurassic World, with dual molded legs with black boots. Now, obviously, I would recommend using those for every character here, but unfortunately, we actually can't do that because they are pretty rare. I only have one of that piece in my entire collection. I need to get more, but if I only have one piece, I would be willing to bet that most people watching probably don't have that many of them, so I wanted to show the option, but also let you know that dark blue legs would be the next best option, which of course for Sue is what I used. You'll see that with one arm there, I actually used a translucent arm from Electro from back in the day, from Spider-Man, just for a little bit of a power effect, and to make her torso a little different, I used Maria Hill's torso from the Helicarrier, which came out in 2015, which is a pretty rare set and piece all to its own. So again, you could just use a dark blue torso like I did for the other guys, but with that piece being so rare, I would understand that maybe not everybody has that one either, but if you do have it, it's a good option. Then for Doctor Doom, I used the hood, green cape, and head from the official Doctor Doom minifigure with the flipped around torso from the Mandarin from Iron Man 3 and green legs with Doctor Doom's hands for a pretty simplistic look. So, pretty easy showcase today in terms of how many characters are here, but overall, you know, I don't know, it's kind of a mixed bag. I feel like these are easy to make, but also some of these parts are pretty rare, so let me know what you guys think and what parts you would use if you didn't have these, and stay tuned next week for Fantastic Four Rise of the Silver Surfer, which of course will have more characters to be able to build, like a different version of Doctor Doom. I don't know how I'll make Cloud Galactus, if I'm even able to do that, but, you know, there's a lot more for next week, so I'm excited for that. Stay tuned, be sure to hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next video.